Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Today is the 9th of October. A special happy birthday to John Lennon. Let's give peace a chance. John Lennon. Imagine. So today we have the moon in Capricorn. It moved into Capricorn early this morning. And we also have Jupiter stationing retrograde today. It is standing still. It's actually been standing still pretty much for the last couple of days. Really in this period of time where Milton sort of started and then went from 1 to 5 in 12 hours or something? I don't know. And of course, Jupiter is about expansion. Now, it is possible that because it's stationed, that it can mean a number of things. It's hard to discern. I'm not a weather astrologer. There are weather astrologers out there. There's astrologers of all stripes. So, is it possible that this is going to be better for Florida, or does it mean it's going to be worse for Florida? It's going to be bad for Florida. Maybe a little bit less. I mean, the difference between 175 mile an hour winds and maybe 150 mile an hour winds, and of course, I don't really know if that's the discerning line between categories, so just take that. This is just supposition. I'm not a meteorologist. Isn't going to make that much difference, honestly. So it's going to be one of those storms that changes everything, sort of like Katrina did, and also Helene, right? So if you're in the path of the hurricane, please be safe. I would say go to higher ground. I'm not sure there is higher ground in Florida. I think that's part of the problem. If it's not, of course, the flooding is probably the most. I mean, getting your roof torn off isn't very good either, but I don't know. And then, of course, there's the chance of tornadoes. Now, I'm not saying all these things to scare you even further, because I know you're all petrified anyway. So, and I know I have a lot of people down in Florida, so please take care. Leave if you can, and for those who can't, and there are many people who can't, just listen to what your communities are telling you to do. They do have your best interest at heart. These are your neighbors, okay? And of course, there's all kinds of politicization. That's what's going on down in North Carolina. It seems like the Republicans are taking every opportunity to make a bad situation worse. Of course, that's something they're getting really good at, it seems. Not all Republicans, right? I have half my family is Republican. They're good people. They're decent people. And if you needed help, they would help you, right? So it's not that. It's these politically motivated serpents and people who have no real connection to reality. I'm talking Musk, right? I'm talking these rich boys who think that they're just and Carlson. I mean, if there's a skin crawl in the picture, it's one of these guys, right? So of course, I'm preaching to the choir. I know nobody who listens to them or listening to me, so I'm not going to regale you anymore with their treachery, because I think we're all quite aware of that. They can play their games, but eventually they pay, and we'll be happy to see the day that they pay, right? And if we don't see the day that we pay, we are in the deep understanding that cosmic justice will have her way. And we don't have to concern ourselves with them. What we need to concern ourselves with is us. how we're going to make our lives better and how we're going to make the lives of our neighbors better. How do we come together? You know, the Pluto is moving into Aquarius, power to the people. The people in charge are not going to be the end all and be all, right? It's a new way of governing, really. It's going to be a new way of governing. So that being said, please stay safe if you're in Florida. Please know that our hearts are with you in the other areas of the country that have been ravaged by these storms. And it's not just, I mean, Vermont is still reeling. They had 2 big floods, right? So let's remember that we are each other's keepers here, and we know what we'll do. We'll help. We'll be good citizens, and if these mamalukes are trying to make a bad situation worse, let's not give them any energy, right? Let's pull our energy away from these assholes. Excuse me, and put it where it counts. Put it where it counts. So Jupiter stationing in itself is, it happens twice a year. Stations direct, stations retrograde, these things happen. The fact that Pluto in 2 days is also stationing and right now pretty much standing still, that also happens twice a year, goes direct, goes retrograde. But the fact they're doing that on the same day sort of potentiates the energy of transformation, change. And Gemini is an energy of duality. And the energy of Gemini is separation in order for us to come back together. And so, and Pluto in Capricorn is the power of the few ruling, right? The many, like the hierarchical structure, which is now changing direction and will be moving out of Capricorn, not to be seen for another 230 odd years. So not our problem anymore. We're not going back. We're looking to the future. And I honestly think the future is very bright. Once we can get rid of these, well, I don't even know if it's getting rid of, because that's not really the energy, I don't think. Finally putting our faith in ourselves. We don't have to follow people like Musk. We don't have to follow people like Trump. We don't even have to follow anybody. We want people who are going to support us and the communities that we're in. And that seems to me to be the Democrats. And to have a woman in charge is going to be phenomenal. So don't forget that at the end, when they know that the power is getting pulled out of their hands, they're going to act like morons, more moronic than usual. So, all right, that's enough. That's enough. I'm not going to talk about any of that anymore. Jupiter stations, we have an opportunity. Now, Jupiter has been in Gemini, since the end of May. It's moved very quickly. It's at like 22 degrees of Gemini. Now it turns around and goes back. And I believe it goes back to about 12. I think it goes back about 10 degrees, maybe a little bit more. And so we're going to be going over some stuff that we were looking at. Jupiter is about expansion and Gemini is information. There's been a lot of information that has come out. A lot of what we're seeing with, things like the political scene and Trump and all this stuff is to make us forget some of that stuff that we've seen. But once it's out, once it's been seen, it can't be unseen. So the truth is out. Look at that. Look at that. Hi, Bumble. Little bumblebee. Hi, buddy. That's a good flower, right? Bees vibrate. That's how they sort of vibrate, and because they're too heavy, and it has to do with the vibration of the wings or something. So it's all vibration. I really see as bees being, you know how every time has like the favorite, like when in the 80s, I don't know if you remember, the geese was on everything. I had a whole set of dishes with geese on them. I think I still have one of those plates that we use to put under plants now, but I think bees are going to be the thing, because bees are about working together for the hive, right? And most of the bees are women. So yeah, I think the bee is going to be a big thing. So buzz buzz everyone. Let's get our vibrations right so we can lift off. Thank you, little bee, for reminding me of that. Take care everyone. Have a great day. Be careful if you're in the path, and do what you can to visualize this to lessen. We can actually visualize a lessening of the storm, and let's do that. Let's do that. All right. Take care, everyone. Namaste.